There's a reason why every chance that I'm given that I will always bring up this as my favorite Superman story, and it's not because of the obvious title. What this book does, and I think that the message that it has, is much more powerful than anything that you will ever see in a Superman story. Not to mention everything that's going on in today's time. I think this book is definitely well needed, especially with like how we're all feeling and how we're all like, you know, getting through the days and everything. I think this book is very important. So am I going to spend time talking about this book? Absolutely. Now, I already talked about how this was based off of the Superman radio show and how it was based off of a 15-episode series that was called the Clan of the Fiery Cross. How Superman helped a young boy named Tommy Lee fight off the Clan of the Fiery Cross, and this was basically like, you know, based off of the real Triple K. And this was all done thanks to the work of a man named Stetson Kennedy, who infiltrated the group at the time, taking notes of anything that goes on, their rituals, how they greet each other, and how they use their hate-mongering messages in order to drive up profit, as well as get more people to join their organization. And the reason why he didn't go to the police or express any word of this to the government is because of the fact that he was afraid that there were several Klan members that had strong ties to both the government as well as the police force. Not to mention, unsurprisingly, the Triple K had a positive effect on certain communities as well. They would host picnics and day outs and pretty much invite friends and family. So even if he went public with it, it's not like anybody's going to believe them, or somebody was going to tip off the Triple K, and then next thing you know, they're going to come after him. So Stetson did the next best thing. He contacted the producers of the Superman radio show, and he decided to give his findings to them, which was perfect timing because not only was the Superman radio show becoming super popular around that time, but they were in the makings of coming up with their own villains. And Stetson gave them everything that they needed in order to make one. And what came out was a 15-part episode called The Clan of the Fiery Cross. And after these episodes aired, it caused a devastating blow to the Klan at the time, to where not only were they receiving negative influence, but their numbers and membership dropped. And that's what would give Yang the idea to write Superman Smashes the Klan, but he did it in a much different way. Instead of having the focus of the story be on Tommy Lee, the focus was instead on his sister, Roberta. What this does is set up a correlation between both her and Superman, because while Roberta is getting used to her new life in Metropolis, she still finds it difficult to fit in because of the stereotypes and the racist remarks that she and her family receive, whether the person is aware of it or not. And Superman trying so hard to fit in with these people that he will literally go out of his way to reject his alien heritage in order to do so. And as he becomes more aware of his alien heritage, he starts to develop new powers along the way. But despite that, he still tries to reject his alien origins just so he could live amongst the people, because he knows accepting it would lead to people looking upon him with fear. But as we've seen time and again in the story, every time he rejects his alien heritage, he puts a mental block on himself, thereby putting more people at risk. And the one thing I love that Yang does with this one is that he showed that when a lot of hate groups get started here, a lot of the leaders of those groups don't really believe the things that they say. They just use the hatred of others in order to, you know, make a profit of it. As it says right here, you've gotten drunk on the slop we put out for the little nobodies who want to believe that some other race is inferior so that they can feel superior. Riggs, we are a business that deals in the world's oldest commodity, hate. And the reason why this resonates well in today's era is that it doesn't matter if it's TikTok, YouTube, it doesn't matter if it's outside your door, it's always the same thing. Hatred sells, and hatred is also a greeting ground for people like this. And one of the most important lessons that the book has is that hatred is not something that you could just smash or punch away. It's something that is ingrained in some people, and it's something that they actually believe in. But when you expose the truth and when you show how dangerous that hatred is and how it could pretty much fester and grow, then it will help many others see why this is a problem and how we can combat this. And one thing Superman learns that a lot of us can learn is that you don't have to hide one part of yourself in order to fit into the narrative. You shouldn't have to hide where you come from or hide who you truly are in order to fit in with your peers. And seeing Superman in this panel as he literally tells everybody exactly who he is, where he comes from, and how he landed here as an infant, but then he still says the last couple of words is, "I'm still your fellow citizen." That right there hits home for me because it shows that it doesn't matter where somebody comes from, it doesn't matter who they are, what they look like, what color their skin is. We're still a part of one big melting pot, and no matter who you are, you deserve to be here. And despite the fact that there are some people that don't agree with that, you're still still a part of one big melting pot. As Superman says here, we are bound together. The Lees and I, our friends at the Daily Planet, the Unity House, and the police department. Everyone down there, really. We are bound together by the future. We all share the same tomorrow. And that's pretty much why I love this book so much and why I keep going back and reading it, because it is such a powerful read that a lot of people, kids, adults, can actually get into and actually understand. Not just how to understand the fundamentals of Superman's character, but how we as Americans should view others. It doesn't matter about their race, it doesn't matter about their different beliefs, that if they choose to come here and to live here, that they are Americans and they deserve to be here. I'm so appreciative of what this book has done for me and how it keeps refilling me with hope whenever things look dire. And I also had to give props to this man for writing it. Just a masterpiece. But anyway, has anybody read Superman Smashes the Klan, and what do you think about it? And if you have, what are your favorite moments from the book? Whatever it is, leave it down in the comments below, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.